Happy Thursday. See, it's gonna be close to 11 now. 11:30. Been out here for a little bit. Did some cleaning up. But so today, I'm thinking about starting to run the wiring here. Like I talked about the last couple days. So sitting in my chair staring at my cab because I'm trying to figure out a way. I don't want to see wires coming out of the firewall. And it's just because I don't want to. I want a clean engine compartment. I got nothing wrong with people running, you know, wires in the stock thing, but I just don't like messy wiring. So I'm kind of hoping the only wires that are really visible are the ones that are going to go to the heater blower motor, and then the couple that come up to the generator, and then the ones to the ignition up the back. But I'm going to hide those all as best as possible. Everything else will be down on the frame rails. So we'll see if I accomplish it or not, but trying to figure out where to bring them out of the cab. And mainly I'm concentrating on the back half of the cab, or the back half of the truck, down to the tail lights, brake lights, turn signals, and license plate light. So what I'm thinking about doing is they'll go down inside, because it's good. They come out of the lights. Light switch is right here. Maybe I can bring it. I'm gonna bring them out, down. See, up in there, down through here, and then see if I can get it. There we go. See where my finger is right here. Okay, that is covered by the fender in the inner fender well. This is that hole that we just looked at up there, but I'm thinking I can bring them out of this, clean this up right here, this body seam, so there's no sharp edges, and then bring them right around underneath here. And then this blue tape right here is where the frame rail is. So if I bring them to here, I can go right down into the frame rail, the inner frame rail, and back, and you will not be able to see them. They'll be behind the fender well and inner fender well, or inner wheel housing. Can't remember exactly what it's called. And then they'll be behind up in here. There's these two holes right here that hold the brake pedal stop and the clutch pedal stop. So they gotta stay like. They stay about this far away from here. So up in here they'll be nice and won't be in the way, be protected, and then down underneath here. And then there's one wire that comes out of my master cylinder. That's right, if you see where this is right here, that where you can see the wood through the floor, that's where the master cylinder sits. So there'll be one wire that comes out of the brake light switch on the master cylinder that goes up into the cab to plug into the turn signal flasher activator thing, whatever those are called. And then the other wire comes out to activate the brake lights and the turn signals and all that. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. So what I can do is I might round up, I'm just going to run some wire up through here and then clamp it to where my headlight switch is going to be. Then I can bring it down and around and kind of mock it up and run it back to the point where my master cylinder is, and then I have a distance for that, so that I can duplicate as many times as I need to, and then write that down and then run it the rest of the way back to there, and I can figure out how long my wires are going to be, and I can start figuring how much wire I need. I think I have enough. I don't know if I gotta buy more. I gotta buy more, but you know, as of right now, I'm into my wiring harness for 2020 or 10 15, right? Yeah, so I'm into it. Maybe 40 bucks right now into my wiring harness. I know I could buy one to work for this for 150 bucks roughly, somewhere around in there, but I don't know. I want to create my own. So, you know, I want to see if I can do it, type of deal. My fuse boxes will be on this side of the cab, inside the glove box that I fabricated. That you guys have been watching my videos for a while saw that I bent up a glove box and made it out of metal instead of buying the plastic one. So that's where my fuse boxes will be, is inside of there. So all my wiring should be up underneath the dash. I don't want to see any. I don't like that multicolored spaghetti hanging out from underneath the dash. That's dangerous too. But hey, yeah, my whole goal is to ruin this. This is all the wiring that I pulled out of this thing, and I mean, yeah, this is a mess. I want to prevent this from happening again. And you know, it was modified over the years here and there, everywhere. So I mean, those factory wiring harnesses look like this after 50 years, but look at that. There was a couple other beauties in here where it changed color like 3 times. Kind of like this guy here. That'd be fun to chase down. But anyway, so what I got here is I'm just trying to go through all the diagrams and everything and figuring it out. I got, this is the wires. This thing had factory turn signals, so I'm trying to use those. If you guys remember, I refurbished the switch and everything a while ago. So I got these wires, and then I got my headlight switch and my ignition switch out here. I'm pretty much sticking with the factory way of doing it. It worked good for this long. It'll work for longer. I'll have extra electronic power in there, if you will, if I need it. But I'm replacing the switches. This one's shot. It doesn't, when you spin it, it just keeps on spinning. It doesn't stop, you know, for the accessories or dimmers or anything like that. So just kind of running through everything that I'm going to need for it. But what I did was I stuck that up in there just to kind of give us some trial, see how it's going to end up. But what I did was, this is the amount of wire that's going to come out of that. So I took it, I cut all the different pieces. These are the size of wires that they got at the gauge, if you will. So maybe it'll focus. There we go. Maybe. I don't know, it wants to focus on my fingers. So what I did was I wrapped it in electrical tape. Basically, the reason I did this was to see if it will fit in this size loom, or if I need larger loom for it. But it does. It fits in here quite nice, actually. There we go. Slides right in there. There's actually room for one more if I needed to. Another 14 gauge. So that's what I'm doing. This stuff's gonna work. After a little more messing with it, I think what I may actually end up doing is putting a hole right here, because then I could come out right up through here and have stuff to attach it to. And it'll be under the truck, but it'll be wrapped. It'll be inside that loom. I'm not too, I'll have it protected enough, and it'll be good wire, new wire, so I'm not worried if it gets a little damp, it's not going to kill it. But I think that's what I may end up doing, so I could come out of this, like come out here, put a nice grommet in there, and it'll be nice and hidden. So yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. And then I can come up to here, it'll hold it there, then it'll dive into the frame right there, and all my light wiring, headlight, tail light, brake light, and you know, indicators, turn indicators and everything will all come up the driver's side of the frame rail, along with my my airbag wiring harness. It'll come out the back of the cab though, because that plug's going to be underneath the seat. And then all my engine stuff will go up the left side frame rail. You know, once this stuff gets to the back of the frame, or to the front of the frame, then it will go, it'll cross over to the opposite lights when it needs to. So anyway, that's what, it's, you know, you guys have done wiring before. It's, I think there's more work in the planning than the actual work. A 5-minute internet switch. You gotta love the internet. Well, kind of hate the internet at the same time. Big waste of time for the most part, but there are those gems out there, man. Yeah. I was able to find this because I didn't know where these went. I'm willing to admit that. The only problem is this says green with white stripe and the green wire. Yeah, there's neither. I don't see a they look the same color to me, but that's okay. All that boils down to is one of them goes to the left front, one of them goes to the right rear. So a little trial and error will fix that. But I knew, you know, red wire is usually power. Red wire for sure was power that comes in from the brake light switch. Yellow goes to the left rear. Blue wire goes to the flasher. And this says white with a blue stripe, but must have been for the 53. This is 56, so that's okay. We can figure it out. I can eliminate these and then move on from there. So that makes me happy. I'm trying to draw up a schematic right now on, man, my camera does not want to focus today. But drawing up a schematic, so now I can toss that into the mix and get it done right, and then now whenever I come back out here, I can start nailing down my my wiring harness. But so much prep work to do this, but again, I wanted to do it myself. I didn't want to buy a harness. I'm kind of cheap, and I'd rather save the money. And this kind of stuff I do enjoy doing. I get a little frustrated every now and then, but you know, you got to work your brain out every now and then, or else it goes to mush just like anything else. So here we go. Gonna draw that up. This will probably be the last one I put up, because pretty soon here I'm gonna have to go get cleaned up, get ready for work. But yeah, this is good. I found that's something I've been searching for a while, and I just worded it a little bit different and it popped right up. So anyway, you guys have a good rest of your week. If I don't make another one before this weekend, you guys all have a good weekend. We only got a couple weekends left before my kids go back to school. And then also here in a few weeks, I'm going to change jobs. I shouldn't say jobs, so that's what we call it. I'm going to change schedules at work, where I'll be working more hours there, but I'll be home every night. No more hotel rooms, which is cool. I'm ready for a break from the hotel rooms. And I'll be making more cash. So I'll be making more money, but less time to work on the truck, which is fine. I planned on doing this. We can change schedules every 6 months. So I kind of planned on doing this through the winter time. I'll have Saturday and Sunday off. It'll be nice to have 2 full days off a week instead of just 1 full day off. But again, I'll be at work a little bit more, so I won't have near the garage time. But my plan is, since I'll be making more money, is I can stockpile. I can start buying parts. And that'll enable me to get this on the road when I want to. I actually set up a little timer on my phone here. Let me pull it up. Yeah, there you go. 196 days till I want to have it on the road. That's when the Autorama is. So with changing schedules, making more cash, I'll be able to do that. So alright guys, y'all take it easy, and we'll talk to you later. Everybody be good. Thanks again for the comments and the thumbs up, thumbs down, subscriptions. I appreciate all that, and you guys be good.